Senior Pennsylvania campus correspondent Logan Dubil went to the University of Pittsburgh and interviewed students on what flags were appropriate in the classroom. Some were conservative, some were liberal. I'm Kate Hirzel, and you're watching Hot Take. Logan, it's great to have you on. Can you fill us in on what the students said back to you?
Of course. First of all, thank you so much for having me. There was a recent school board meeting in Wisconsin, and they kind of resulted in wanting to ban all political messaging from the classroom. So I wanted to take this concept and bring it to the college level. I went to the University of Pittsburgh with a couple flags from each side of the political aisle, and I wanted to see which flags students at the college level wanted to ban from the classroom. And to no surprise, those that had conservative values attached to them were the first to go. Students said that flags like the Let's Go Brandon flag and the Thin Blue Line flag should be banned because they're offensive and they aren't inclusive. However, the liberal-leaning flags like the Pride flags and BLM flags should be allowed.
Why do you think that some students were bothered by conservative flags but not liberal?
I really think this has to do with what the word inclusive has become. To liberal students and liberal institutions, inclusivity only involves things that they agree with. And I think that they fail to realize that the things that they support, like the pride flag, for example, isn't that inclusive. I was talking with a student there about pride flags, and she said that they should be allowed in classrooms because they represent an inclusive and supportive space. When in reality, if you look at what pride represents, it isn't that inclusive because there are so many religions out there that don't really agree with what pride is all about. So students thought that pride flags in the classroom, there aren't any issues with that, but students who are a part of those religions who don't agree with pride aren't being included in that case, and I think that's definitely a problem.
When looking at your flags, one of them wasn't conservative and one of them wasn't liberal. It was the American flag. What were students' reactions to should the American flag be in the classroom or not?
I am glad you bring that up. It is one thing to want to ban something that has a definite political lining, but two students thought that the American flag was so offensive that it should be banned from classrooms. The flag that represents a country of opportunity and freedom, a flag that represents the country that they are living in, and they're, taking advantage of all the opportunities that it has for us. And it's scary that the flag that just represents our country is, becoming a bad thing to these liberal students.
This is more than just flags, though. Conservatives are silenced for their viewpoints all the time. Have you experienced this personally on campus?
I've experienced this probably on a week-to-week basis at Point Park University. It all started freshman year. I had my door, written on and vandalized because of some of the conservative polls I was putting on there. Sophomore year, I had some, threats of doxing, also threats of violence against me for some of my conservative values that I've publicly posted on social media. And just last year, I had a lot of students on campus petition to get me banned because I said that there were only two genders. So I've definitely noticed a shift in behavior from people in my university community just because of my views. And I know I'm not alone with this, and it is an issue. People go to college to, one, get an education, and two, to learn about different perspectives. And when you're seeing students like myself who are treated differently because of their views, higher education just isn't serving its purpose.
Well, Logan, keep fighting the good fight. Thank you so much for coming on today. I'm Kate Hirzel, and that was Hot Take.